All right. Let's see if this thing's going on. I didn't hear the playback. Let me do a mic check. Mic check. Let me know you can hear me. 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 What's up, Mr. Angel? Houston right here from the Big 818, Mr. Matt. I'm up and loaded. All right. Can you guys hear me, first of all? Because I couldn't hear that little replay on the thing. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Everything's good. You know, it's taking you guys a little while. Simone, there you go, carnal. That's what I want to hear. Now let's do this shit. Let's see what we got.
Our friends are on second base and trying to make it all
What
the way
about this?
home.
Running down the street, chasing a sucker. In my hand, I got the Louisville Slugger.
Give you some music while people are coming in.
Start to have fun, swinging on his ass like I was trying to hit a home run. Man, he got his motherfucking face split. Now you can chalk that up as a base hit. Then his homies came 3 deep, and I said, damn. So what you do? I hit a motherfucking grand slam to one fool put a 38. So now I'm running my ass
So last one, Mr. Mondo. Or Mondo.
Cause that motherfucker would try to give me a third strike.
Proper dose, baby. Proper dose.
And I'll be calling my mom collect, trying to get the fuck out. But I'll be damned if I take the fall. Caught up in the mix, playing ghetto baseball.
Let me write that down.
Now I'm westbound on Pico. I seen some members of my team
rolling in a know about this.
That champagne.
Jose Abdul Favela, thank you for that membership, Carnal.
If you think I'm lying and you try to play me dumb, bring your stupid ass on down to the stadium. But before you come,
you know this, homie. You know this. Proper dose. This is when it was just rap, homie. This was no Chicano rap. This was just rap, homeboy. This is hip hop right here, Carnal. What's on the board tonight? Anything you guys want to talk about, man? Tonight is you guys, man. You guys drop the comment, hop into the chat, make a phone call, do whatever you gotta do, carnalios. Tonight is open mic night, homie. Let me post this again. There you go, Playboys. You guys come in here, tap in. Tell me to screw myself, whatever you want. It's open mic night, carnal. Just like when when they have the open mic at the Comedy Store and anybody wants to go out there and do it and see if they flop or make it. That's what we got going on tonight.
That I could swing a bat good. You would think I was a good friend of Casey. I'm standing on the plate, but them putos won't face me. Cause they know I do damage. They know I'm a savage. And they know my batting average ain't nothing nice, bitch. You
ain't nothing nice.
Stop and think twice before you fuck with the West Side Crook. Especially when I took what I took. Because I
don't know what that is, Angel.
Soldier, cause all I see is a baseball on top of your shoulders. So I'm loking up, choking up on the back.
When are you gonna get more prominent candidates? When the prominent candidates exist, there is not too many prominent candidates, carnal. Yeah, but I do agree we need to run for office on that stuff. But a lot of guys that are in that office area, they're scared to come on, Playboy, straight up. They're scared to come to American Cholo Show because we're gonna ask you real questions and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, homeboy. And a lot of people just like to go on channels when it's political and just get softball questions. You're not going to get the softball questions from me. You're going to get the real deal. And you guys know what it is, carnalitos. What's up, homeboys? ¿Qué dice la raza? ¿Qué dice la raza with the American Cholo YouTube Mafia? What's going on, fellas? Yeah, no softball shit over here, homeboy. Yeah, so today we're just going to kind of let our hair down. First, let me give a shout out to my boy, Spike, at Always Pumping, homeboy. He's the one that be running the boom pumps, has the boom pumps. He's got a couple pumpers out there. Spike, Always Pumping. He ain't paying me. He's too cheap to pay me. And I got one more. Oh, man. Already? All right, let's see. Oh, already? Hold on. Let's see. Roger. Mira, pinche pendejo. Ya tienes meses que te vas a hacer member. You don't even put 2 books on my books, Roger. So I'm going to have to just hang up on you right now, Roger. All right, sorry about that. I got a guy named Roger that's a cheapskate, so I have to hang up on you right now, Roger. Call me back in about 5-10 minutes, Roger. It's open mic night. But you say that you got all this money. Roger says he's a millionaire. He's got like a 95 screen TV. He's got a Audi. He's got this. He's got that. I don't know. I think Roger got his hemorrhoids, homeboy. So we're gonna pretty much have open mic, and I'm sure Roger will call back, and I'll answer you when you call back, Roger. But right now, you gotta slow your roll, Cardan. So let's see what we got, man. Call back, Roger. The people love you, Roger. What do you want? I don't know about that guy, Roger, man. I don't know. That guy, he's a guy I love to hate, man. He's a guy I love to hate. Okay, what do we got here today? So yeah, today's open mic, but you guys can speak about whatever you want. Now you guys can call in, except for Roger. What do you think of shining bright flashlight during night at homeless to get them to leave? It doesn't really work. Homeless are not gonna take off just because you put light. But wait, but if you live in let's say in a neighborhood and you don't have that much light, yeah, they'll creep up over here. So actually putting lights overhead, which I did, I put solar lights all over on my pad, man. I had to because it's too dark and people want to post up and they want to make love and they want to smoke crack and they want to smoke meth and they want to do carga. So you put all these lights on there and people don't like when you have lights on them like that. So that'll work. But if you're just going around with a flashlight and flashing the homeless, you're asking for trouble. Cause now you're asking for trouble. Mr. Gill, like I said, this is open mic. You guys can ask whatever you want. As long as it's reasonable, I will answer it. You guys can tap in. You guys can call in. The number's at the bottom. Actually, it's up the top also. Gil, are you for or against the vaccine mandates? I am completely against vaccine mandates. I don't think the government should be forcing us to take something that is not 100% proven. I am. If you want to take it, get your money, brother. No problem. But it just, I think they lost credibility. Oh, hold on. Who's this? Who's this? Let's see who's calling. Oh, this is Roger's twin brother, Mr. Rogelio. What's going on, Rogelio?
Hey, can you explain to the audience why you PC'd up after you got COVID?
Why I PC'd up after I got COVID?
Yeah, you were like, oh, I'm anti-vaccine, I'm anti-this, I'm anti-that. And then you got COVID, you were like, oh, I'm dying. So what happened, bro? It's like, it's like being a gang member, and then all of a sudden you go to the county jail, and then you PC up.
No, it's more like being it's more like being a gang. Hold on, let me put that guy on mute real quick. He's still talking in the back. I haven't hung up on you, Roger. It's like being a gang member and getting shot in the head or something like that. That's what it is. You still talking, Roger? Roger, you there?
No, bro. Listen, bro. You PC'd up after the county jail.
Oh shit! We went all the way from COVID that I PC'd up in the county jail. Now, damn, you a tough guy there, Roger. You a tough guy, homeboy. Roger, am I telling?
Sure, I haven't got back. Not vaccinated.
Okay, so Roger, let me ask you this. So I can shut you up. When did I get vaccinated?
What do you got COVID already? What do you need to be vaccinated?
Okay, so how the fuck you telling me that I PC'd up, you jackass, if I haven't got vaccinated yet? If I was vaccinated and I was telling everybody and their mama, you better go run out and get it right now. That's a different story. All I did. Roger, why are you exposing me like that, Roger? I called Roger crying to him, telling him, Roger, please, Roger. That's what I did, Roger. I called you.
Pretty much. You were crying on the air. You're like, oh my God, I was so wrong.
Hold on. Sorry, we lost the connection with Roger, man. Jesus Christ. Roger. And that's the same guy who calls other podcasts and says, fuck that guy, American Cholo. And he'll call this podcast and say, fuck you, I'm going to make my own great podcast. Roger, how's your podcast working out for you, Roger? Please let me know, man. Please. Oh, man. Let me see. What we got over here, people? A lot of drugged out here in Toronto subway system. It's freezing, so they hit the subways. I saw that today also in Nueva York. In New York, they're doing the exact same thing. They're all sleeping in the subways because, well, that's where it's warm. So they just stay there sleeping. And I mean, they're taking over the subways in New York where, I mean, it's just, It's like New York's rat problem. That's the homeless problem. And people, Gil, you can't compare. Nobody's comparing them to rats, but at the same time, it's just a metaphor to show what's going on, dude. It's the problem's out of control. It would be like getting all the rats in New York and saying, "Oh, we need to house them. We need to feed them so they go away." No, the more you house, the more you feed, the more they come back. Not like Roger, kind of like Roger. You feed Roger, Roger just keeps coming back. Now that's the problem, oh boy. Oh man, Roger is actually. Roger lives on Skid Row. I know Roger. He lives in a tent on Skid Row. He's got his Obama phone plugged in to the side of a building that he's hacked and tweaked out and made some cables come out there. He has a little laptop that he trolls on and he just talks all kind of shit all day. That's Roger, man. So shout out to Big Roger, huh? Yes. Hold on, see, we got it. New music entertainment. Gil is a wannabe. Well, new music entertainment, you're more of a wannabe than me, homie. You're supposed to got new music and you're entertaining and nobody knows about you, carnal. So I think you're more a wannabe than me, carnal. Gil se te mamó. Yeah, Roger straight fucking I pieced it up, homeboy. Roger went from COVID to already say Gil went to the county and pieced it up. Jesus Christ. Roger, go touch grass and get a job. No, Roger is a millionaire, homie. In his mind, he hits the pookie. He goes to the tent and he tells all the guys that are living in the tent with him. He's got about 4 guys living in the tent with him and 2 transgender, but he says they're women, but they're really dudes, homie. That's what Big Roger does, man. See what you got. Oh, actually, shit, I shouldn't turn this off real quick. That way I missed a couple phone calls. It is what it is, though. We'll be all right, man. All right, so today is Open Mic Tuesday. Who's hitting me up? I already got your hours, buddy. We're good to go. Okay, here we go. What you think about raza that gets to a certain pay rate always become Republican? I don't think that's the case. I think this is what it is when most people become Republican. I think it's the age. I think it's the conservativeness of them that makes them lean more to the right. Right now, I am not Republican. I am definitely not Democrat, but I do lean center more to the right because as you get older, you understand more how life really works, how taxes really work, how just in general stuff works. When you're younger, you tend to be more liberal because you believe that the world is ran by fairy dust and angel dust, and if we give everything away to everybody, it's gonna work and it's gonna be magical and it's gonna be beautiful. And I think that's what it is. I don't think it really has much to do with money they're making. It's just as you get older and you're in a career and you're progressing in life, you're gonna start making more money as you age, right? So if you're still making the same amount of money at 40 years old that you were making at 20, then you're not really progressing in the game of life when it comes to business, right? And that's the same thing with the liberal side of it, because there is there's a lot of actors, they're liberal, there's a lot of Raza Chicano actors that are super left, homeboy, and they got big money. So it doesn't really have to do with the money. I believe it has more to do, I believe it has more to do with with the age, homeboy, with the age. So hopefully that answers your question, man. Oh, Jesus. Yes, sweetheart.
Hey, buddy. So what happened to C-Mac, bro? I heard he got a gun charge, right?
Yeah, C-Mac got busted with the strap, homeboy. C-Mac got busted with the strap.
That's not good, bro. Is he an ex-felon?
Is he an ex-felon? Yeah, I believe. I think he is an ex-felon. But ex-felons don't get that much time anymore, Roger.
555.
5'5", homeboy. So yeah. So you like C-Mac, Roger?
Hey, bro, what happened to Savage with Savage Studios, bro?
I don't know, homie. Why don't you go there and ask him? Cause I don't know about those guys. I don't really care.
Podcast. I'm gonna fucking outshine you.
How you gonna outshine me, Roger? What are you gonna talk about, Roger? You're gonna talk about your butt. You're gonna talk about dildos. What else are you gonna talk about? Roger's podcast is gonna be called Buttholes and Dildos, homeboy. I don't think you're really gonna make a. Well, actually, you know what? You might go viral with that, Roger. You and C-Mac, homeboy. That'd be big time, homeboy. Roger with 5'5" Bye, Roger. This fucking hey man, Roger entertains the hell out of me, so I'll take him. Except one day Roger's gonna call in like some people and be like, "Oh man, the only reason American Controller got big was because of me." That's what Roger's gonna say, homie. Man, hey, why you hang up on him, Gil? It was getting good. See, what you gotta understand, Jeffrey, is that Roger is one of those like ladies that like to be abused or not like to be abused. He's one of those ladies that have been in so many abusive relationships that when they get into a regular relationship, if the guy is not treating her like shit or being a mean person, then they feel like they're getting no love. So Roger needs to get he needs to get hung up on every once in a while. That's just what it is, carnal. It is what it is. Boom, banging, American Cholo's on fire. That's what we're doing, carnal. That's what we're doing. So what you guys want to talk about? Oh, you know what? I saw something here. I wrote it down real quick. Where was it at? Right here. Oh, with the Snoop Dogg. Somebody said, "What do you think about Snoop Dogg and them coming back?" And the thing I think is they never left. I mean, straight up, they never left. I mean, Snoop Dogg's still one of the biggest rap artists. Obviously, he's not as hot as say like somebody like Drake or somebody who's really popping out there, right? Dr. Dre's huge. I'm sure his catalog brings in tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions every year. Excuse me. You may not see these guys playing on the radio and all this other stuff, but the royalties these guys make off their records and off their albums, it's insane, man. What it did bring. I think it was Eminem and Dr. Dre brought him back up to the top 10 or something, which is expected. That's what you do by going to the Super Bowl. I think they actually did it for free just to get the recognition again, to put all the eyes on them, and it worked. The only thing that I was tripping on, I'd like to get your guys' input in. What do you guys think? And this is how I say that brown people are not equal when it comes to Hollywood movies, everything else, to African Americans or whites. Snoop Dogg literally was out there saying "crip." He was out there threw two C's up, homie, not one but two. He was throwing up that crip like a mother, all dressed, blued out, and just crip, which is funny because the Crips are one of the most notorious gangs in America, plain and simple. But since the Crips and the Bloods pretty much have been cor- ha- have been made into like a corporation type thing where the corporations are making big money off these guys nowadays. So they've been commercialized. That's the word I was looking for. Crips and Bloods have been commercialized. So now you could be on a Super Bowl halftime show and represent a gang that is notorious for killing, slagging, selling drugs, the whole shebang, just like every other gang, right? But just to name the Crips, and he goes out there and he can do that. Why? Because they're commercialized. Now, could you imagine King Lil G out there throwing up at the show troll, being out there talking about 18th Street, woo, 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 the show troll? No, homie, they'll be like, oh my God, what is that? That guy's a gang member. So it's just so hypocritical of America that it's easy to sit there and say, oh, well, he's a Crip. Crips are nice people. Crips, Snoop Dogg's a Crip. But if King Lil G was out there, oh, no, no, those guys will chop you up with machete. Those guys will destroy you. That is how I say that it's a double standard, people. So I'd like to get your guys' input on that. Running for Rick, what do you think about Rick Caruso running for mayor? I think he's one of the best candidates out there so far. I got to do a little more homework on the other ones, but California, especially Los Angeles and the big cities like Frisco, yeah, do they need something different, man? This is ridiculous. This is just not working. And you know what? I wish it would work where you can just pay people money, give people stuff, and that all the problems in life will disappear. But you can't throw money at a problem, and that's exactly what most of LA has been doing, most of California has been doing, and all it's done is it's made a generation of lazy people. It's made a generation of drug addicts, and it's made a generation of people that just are relying on the government, homie. And that's what it is, man. Mm-mm. What's up, Stilo 13? ¿Cómo estás, carnal? Roger, aka Media Fox. No, Roger. That's a good one. Roger's from Jar, homeboy. Hey, Roger, you're from Jar, homeboy. You've been officially nominated to the Jar Clica, carnal. You know what's happening with MS and the feds? I don't know, and I don't want to know, carnal. That's between them and the feds, homeboy. It ain't my pedo, homeboy. I don't know. That's one thing, dude. Listen, I don't. I don't speak on stuff like that. That's what will get you views. That will get you. But you know what? That's like selling your soul, man. If you're really about everybody who says I'm about positivity, I don't give a fuck about their positivity and anybody's positivity. Because to me, when people say positivity, it's just a bunch of bullshit that they try to spit at you to make you watch your stuff, making this. Just like they say unity, it's the same. Hey, this is what I say, homie. Hey, talk is cheap, homie. Talk is cheap. Oh, positivity, positivity, positivity. But you're talking about fucking gangs. You're talking about all kind of prison stuff. Nah, that ain't positivity. Anybody that says that's positive, homeboy. Miss me with that fucking jargon. SK Mom is in the building. What's going on, carnal? I'm gonna have Predict here pretty soon, sometime next week. Homie, shout out to the homie Predict, man. You guys gotta go check out the homies podcast, as a matter of fact. I'm gonna jump on here pretty soon. I just been a little busy. Pórtense bien, cabrones. Pórtense bien. You can check it out on YouTube, man. Just type in Pórtense bien. For you guys that can't spell it, I don't know. Ask your abuelas, carnal. So we'll see. This guy. I'm on angel dust right now. Fame Corona, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. Fame Corona's on angel dust. He's about to jump out the window, carnal, but it is what it is. You got a badass house, American Cholo. I'm not a hater. I'm a congratulator. Well, thank you very much. The wifey and I have worked very hard for this, man. And I appreciate that, man. Did you say angel dust? Because I'm from San. No, he didn't say angel. He didn't say angel does. Homie, he said he's on angel dust. Carnal, trucha for that guy. He's like this, oh boy. I don't know what that angel does. That's like angel dust is pretty much PCP, right? I think I've done that thing one time, homie. One time. No, Roger, stop calling, homie. Roger's mom. I heard in the background, Rogelio, vente a limpiar estos trastes, hijo de tu chingada madre. And then that's when the shit hung up. That's all I heard. Rogelio, vente a limpiar estos trastes, hijo de tu chingada. Then he hung up real quick. I heard him say, Mom, I'm fucking trolling American Cholo right now. That's Big Roger. This ain't got nothing better to do. You know what it is. Keep doing you. These dudes ain't got nothing better to do. No, they do not. C-Mac is lame. Listen, man. C-Mac has a huge following, huge dits, but when you're watching C-Mac, people don't see the sad reality of what that guy represents, man. It's almost like you're watching a train wreck. I said it before. He's either going to catch a lot of time or he's going to find himself getting hurt by some other gang members, brother. Let's see. It's the trouble. What's good?
Man, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Open mic. What you want to talk about, brother?
I want to piggyback off of that the Super Bowl.
Yeah, shoot.
The Snoop Dogg thing. Yeah. I think you hit it right on, man. Basically, what's going on is, like you said, it's okay if the Bloods or the Crips go up there and
represent
they
their hoods,
glamorize the lifestyle and that kind of stuff. And it's not, it's like America's just like, oh, all right, cool. But then you have, the homies. Let's say you got homies up there throwing certain neighborhoods up, or like the suit up or something like that.
Yeah.
Then it'd be a big issue. It'd be a controversy, right?
Yes, sir.
And so to me, the Super Bowl was, first of all, I don't want to knock the halftime show at all, because it was nice. I loved it. I loved the game. I'm glad the Rams won. And things of that nature. But I also think that Jay-Z, he's the one that first started rubbing elbows with the NFL, and then they decided to go into business together, right?
Right.
And so after that, Jay-Z, he's a businessman. I mean, he comes from the streets of New York or whatever, but at the end of the day, now he's a businessman. So he basically, he's like, okay, well, the Super Bowl is going to be here. And so he wanted to pay homage to the city, right?
Yes.
So that's why they had like Snoop Dogg and certain icons from the city or around the city, because it was all a money move. But at the end of the day, if they really wanted to support the brown man, and I will say brown, I won't say Mexicans, because sometimes people go all over the place with that. But they really would understand that the Latino culture in Los Angeles in general is huge.
Yes.
So if they really wanted to pay homage, they would have taken a little bit of time out their way and been like, you know what, Los Angeles is just as brown as it is black. Maybe more. exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So it all goes back to this. They don't want to help us out, and what I mean by they, it's not like a racist thing, but it's the black, because they're in a position right now where the white man has let them in the door, and they can go up there and see walk.
Yeah.
They can go over there and
Literally,
do the quick
homie.
walk.
Literally.
Straight up, right? And
Literally.
they can
Yeah.
have 50 Cent. They can have 50 Cent represent Los Angeles. Nah, 50 don't represent us. You know, 50's a great artist for who he is,
He's from the East Coast.
but at the end of the day, he's from New York,
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
right?
For
So,
sure.
so I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird, and I'm glad you touched on that, because I actually was thinking about that, and I talked about it with certain friends about it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's why I support this channel big time, because these are things that some people might be thinking, but you're right though. It's like
People are
we weren't
scared to
even
say it. People are scared to say it.
involved.
Yeah.
I mean, they had like gang member people. They weren't gang members, but they were portrayed like that to be dancing in khaki suits, right?
Right.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
but
no, I
remember
saw it. Of course.
Yeah, they're all dancing in khaki suits, and they're gang bangered out.
Yeah, yeah. They took the gang culture. That's what I said. They took the gang
That's
culture.
the gang uniform.
It's been commercialized, major, homeboy. It's majorly commercialized.
Yeah, I mean that was a gang uniform, but yeah, I mean it's like, can you imagine if we had some kind of input, just a little bit, or even if they thought about us? But the point is that they don't think about us. They don't support us, and that was right there on stage.
Yeah, well,
biggest stage in the world, literally.
yeah. What it is this, man. They dismiss the hell out of us. They dismiss us because they know that the majority of the youth that are buying the stuff don't see that. All they see is their favorite rapper out there, their favorite sports guy. But those youth are gonna grow up one day and look at their kids and say, "Hey, why are my kids not in this? Why is our people not in this?" And eventually, it's gonna be where we're just completely the consumer of all this stuff. And until we actually stand up as consumers and say, "Hey, man, we want some of our own to play in here," just like how you guys do it with everybody else. You know, you guys sit there and march and protest and say, we want equality," and that's fine. They can do that too. But like I said on my last live, when we say we want equality, they say, "Hey, stop complaining." And that's the problem with us a lot of times, because we shut ourselves down and we let them shut us down. We can't. When I say them, I just say people in general who say stop complaining. Well, why is it okay for everybody else to want equality, but when we mention it, it's we say no, we're good. We're not good. We need equality, homeboy. And that pretty much just showed that, yeah, Hollywood, the whole world like that, it's white and black, homeboy. It ain't brown. And we're working in the back. We're putting all this stuff together, but we're good enough to be the help. Well, you got to go through the back, homie. You can't show your face. That's the world we live in right now.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm gonna jump off right now real quick and tell you this. Um, I'm glad you said that, because it all goes back to being a person that was raised in a certain circumstance, right?
Right.
And so you got older heads. That's what really surprised me. You had older heads like Snoop, like Dre, like all the people that brought this together. They're all older heads,
Mm-hmm.
and so they should understand our struggle, because they supposedly have been through that struggle, right?
Yeah, but they don't care. They're out there just to make their paper, homie. That's it. They don't care. They got enough.
Yeah,
They got enough support from their
that's
community.
What,
Is what it is.
Yeah, that's what's disappointing to me, is that we're still going to continue to support all these people that are in a position to help us out, but they don't help us out like at all, because like I said, one of them could have spoke up and been like, you know what? If we're gonna do an LA culture type thing, like Tupac said, it wouldn't be LA without Mexicans.
For sure.
So if Pac was speaking about that at his age, you'd figure that maybe these guys that are in their 50s already, they would think that way as well. And I'm not gonna make it a Pac issue right now, but I truly believe that if that he was around, I think he would have thought about everything in general. But that is to each their own, and I think they're just doing themselves. And I mean, we're gonna get lost in the
shuffle, yeah.
In all of this if we don't decide to help each other out.
Yes, sir. Hey, brother, appreciate the phone call, my man. Make sure to share the channel, carnal.
Of course, man, all the time.
That's right, brother. Thank you.
Take care, brother.
All right. Damn good phone call. Shout out to, is it SoCal Gas? I got a new member. That's loud. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Hold on. What happened here? Trying to Trying to press 1 since you got in here first. Is it Lazy Boy or Crazy Boy?
What's up, man?
Is it Lazy Boy or Crazy Boy?
It's lazy.
Oh, you sound lazy, homie. Well, you smoke some joints right now or what?
Faded all day. Hey,
What's up, brother?
But forget all that about Snoop and Dre. It's all about Easy E.R.I.P. the real one.
All right.
Straight up.
Easy fucked with us major, homie. Easy was gonna take us. Was gonna sign. Had Brown side was gonna start signing other homies.
All them. fool.
All of them, yeah. That was the pivotal point in the rap careers of a lot of
He was trying to
essays that
do
went
like
down.
the NWA, like for the essays.
Yeah, that's exactly what was gonna happen. But then, unfortunately, Easy got AIDS, passed away, and that took a lot of homies' contracts and careers down. And that was it, brother. Other than that, it was done. I mean,
Fuck Suge Knight too.
you had a couple other artists that were banging back then, but it just never took off the way it was supposed to, brother.
All right, so we have a good one. All right.
All right, no
Don't
fumas
blow
tanto,
up.
way. Don't get too high, fool. You might not wake up tomorrow for work.
No, all day, my fool.
All right, lazy boy.
All right,
Later,
cool.
homie. Don't get too high like lazy boy, homie, because lazy boy get high than a motherfucker. He like Tally from South Park. You want to get high? Oh man. Mr. Ulysses, what's up, Gil? Nice to catch the live. So there you go, homie. All you gotta do is hit that bell notification. All right. Ooh, I gotta turn this off over here. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was on. Who's this? Yeah, what's up, brother?
Hey man, I just want to throw this out there. Hey, I heard that Ice Cube didn't want to get vaccinated.
Right.
So like, do you think that's partly why he didn't come out in the Super Bowl? Because like, I mean, come on now, compared to like those other two artists, I'm not saying they're not good or nothing like that, but like, I feel like Ice Cube should have been in there.
You know what? That's funny you say that. My wife was telling me the exact same thing, and I was like, I said, I know what you mean. And I would say yes, but then you're kind of making it into an NWA thing, I think, and I think Dr. Dre was trying to make it where it's his own thing, which is the aftermath, which was Dre, which was Eminem. 50 Cent was part of Eminem's thing too. Snoop. I think if they brought Ice Cube in there, you're back in. They're gonna be rapping NWA type stuff, and I think he wanted more. Hey, I'm putting up the money. I'm putting this whole thing together. I want it to be about me and artists that I work with after NWA. That's what I think.
Hey, you know who I think it would have been better instead of Eminem and Kendrick?
Who's that?
Bone Thugs.
Yeah, you know what? Bone Thugs would have been very good,
Dude.
but also we don't know the relationship between Bone Thugs, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Because remember, Bone Thugs was part of Eazy-E when they were all beefing. So I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of a bad relationship between those guys. There has to be something there.
Yeah, for sure. But compared to those artists, like back to your days, when they.
Oh no, for
started
sure,
out.
the West Coast ones, yeah, for sure. I mean, they could have brought some other guys into that were also banging, but overall, I still think it was a good show. Hey, what'd you think about? Have you seen that meme on Mary J. Blige?
Yeah.
Hey, brother, I got a call from Tejas coming in, brother. Thank you for the phone call. Let's keep this thing going. They saved me. Caller, Tejas, what say you? All right, he hung up before he could troll, man. It happens. It happens to the best of them. You gotta, if you want to troll, you gotta wait about 2 seconds, then say it. I don't know what he said though. All right, let's see what you got. All right, you guys want to tap in? The phone number's there. You guys want to? Here, let me put the thing there. If anybody wants to come into the, I'll let you. You know what I was thinking too, people. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna manifest it. That's what people say. You gotta manifest it. So we're gonna do, I believe, a live on Thursday. Boo Boo's gonna be back in the house. Boo Boo's been in, I think he's been in Dubai working on some deals. We're gonna do Dubai. Boo Boo's been in Dubai for about a month, right? So I think he's coming back with the whole hair dress. He's doing his whole thing. He's a chic. Boo Boo's coming back, right? I'm thinking about doing this on Thursday if I get enough stuff coming through. I want to do not quite of a gong show type thing, but more of a, if you have a smaller channel, give me 1 second here, let me get this. Da-da-da-da.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, I'm sorry, boss, where that was. Call back. I got another one. What say you, caller? 909, call back. Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, sir. It's going good, brother. Who's this? All right, Mike, what say you?
Wow. I mean, I know this isn't really a financial.
It's whatever you want. Open mic, Mike. Open mic.
Yeah, I was wondering, what do you think is gonna happen as far as inflation, as far as all this stuff going crazy with everything costing double, triple?
I think it's going to continue to cost double, triple, especially in California, since they raised the minimum wage, and we've always heard it. You start raising the minimum wage unless you put some kind of caps on how much people can raise their prices. That's the first thing companies are going to do. The second thing is all this stimulus money that got given by the government that people thought was free. We're paying for it, and this is the tax. The tax is we got inflation. They want to call it a tax, but look what you're paying. You see the gas pumps, you see the food, you see everything. And I've been trying to school people on politics. That's why it's going to continue to go up until we have a correction in the market. And what a correction in the market means, for anybody who doesn't know, is we have a crash. That's the only way this is going to get back to normal, because right now wages have gone a lot higher than before. Houses are through the roof. Gas is going to go through the roof. Food is going through the roof. Everything is so expensive. People owe credit cards, but the only reason they haven't crashed the market yet is because they're hiding behind the COVID. Oh, you can't charge them. It's COVID. Oh, you can't repossess their cars. It's COVID. Oh, you can't evict people. It's COVID. Well, once all this COVID umbrella dies out and it's time to pay the piper, the market will crash. It'll bring everything toppling down, and then that's when the prices will come back to regular life. That's what I believe.
Thank you, sir.
All right, brother,
Appreciate
for sure, man. Bye. Who's this?
Soy yo.
John, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up, Gil?
Talk to me.
Hey, Matt. So, yeah, this is completely off topic
No worries.
regarding what you were talking about. But anyways, I just saw your post about that freaking weird white dude that said he identified as a trans after getting freaking breaking up. What a
Oh, you see that
7-year-old
shit?
girl or something like that?
A 10-year-old,
Yeah,
a
man,
10-year-old girl in Denny's, homeboy, in Palmdale.
Goodness, bro, at Denny's, that's a place where freaking families go. You know, like that's
Ye-
no freaking spot for this. place to be
And there's some more
freaking going
audio.
on.
So this guy, after he was always a dude, right? After he got arrested,
Right.
that's when he pulled the I'm a transgender card. He put on the transgender card. He ended up getting sentenced as a minor, and the reason they caught him was because he had another case. They did a DNA sample. This happened 8 years ago, homie. So that'll tell you this fool was going around doing all kind of sick shit to kids, and he's got 2 years. And he's right now, from what I know, word on the street, he's sitting in a juvenile female facility because he identifies as a woman and he got tried as a juvenile. So he's in a juvenile facility with women, and he's on the phone laughing with his father, pretty much that he's got probation. And there's other parts of that conversation that haven't been exposed yet that he's in there pretty much saying all kind of sick shit about the victim. And this is this is what we got as far as the district attorney in Los Angeles. That's why this guy needs to get fucking the boot.
Yep, and that's the problem too. See, so now since you got all this victimhood mentality, which they turn actual victimhood, like they take away the merit of actual victims.
Yes.
Because they turn victimhood into like some sort of like leverage. Like
Yes.
if you do something against me, like that must mean that you're less than human. So that means I can do whatever I want to you. And so they use it. They use this as you're hating on this trans person. He
No.
must be a transphobe. But it's how convenient. Like he just got trans right after he freaking raped that girl.
But this is exactly what we were speaking about before when all this transgender stuff was coming. These sickos are going to start using it for their benefit. And this is a perfect example of somebody using it.
No, and check out, I have even more disturbing examples. So following all this transgender stuff, they're teaching this on to kids, bro. Like there's some United School districts out there that hire a freaking dude that dressed in drag. Come and teach little 5 and 6 year olds and read a book to them about drag queens and stuff like that. And they've been caught to have like freaking multiple crimes against children, you know, and
Right.
they've been freaking, you know, they've actually abused kids in those freaking story hours. And every time you know, you freaking say something like that, like it's always like, oh, why you always got to press on the oppressed people? Like, dude, they're not oppressed, homie. Like,
Yeah.
they're freaking everywhere, you know.
They're
They
running
got
the
their own
show.
moms, bro. You know, they
Yes.
got their own
Yes.
restroom. But like,
Yes.
what's next? Are they gonna come out with their own food and shit, or what? Like,
Yes, for sure. Hey, brother, I got some people tapping in, man. Thank you for the phone call.
Yep. So you go.
All right, Bama, you can call back. So, Wolf, Lair, when's Capone coming on? I don't know. You got to hit him up, homie. He says he's going to come on. I still believe the man. He's been in my comment section. The last thing he's doing. So, I'm sure he's coming on. Don't trip. Wolf Lair, let these fools know. Only 49 likes and 206 viewers. 249 now. Come on, people. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share the message, Playboys. Mr. Hustle Through the Struggle. Boo Boo is in Dubai, homie. He's coming back. He'll be back Thursday, homeboy. Let's see what we got. Señor José Martínez, ¿qué dices tú?
What's going on, Gil?
All good, player. Talk to me.
Man, I'm over here in San Antonio, Texas, man. I just moved out here from Alabama, and I just started watching your show, man.
All right. So what do you think?
And I just want to get, man, I love it. I actually love it. I was an immigrant as well.
That's right.
You know, I came over here young age. I actually moved from Alabama, right? And I grew up with Republicans everywhere, white Caucasian Republicans.
Right.
But when I moved to San Antonio, Texas, man, it's like everybody's brown and Republican, which is new to me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I didn't grow. It just doesn't seem real, man.
It's a different world, but let me tell you something. Like the Texas Republicans or a California. Let me put it this way: a California Republican is like a Texan Democrat, if that makes sense.
Dude, it doesn't make sense. Like growing up in the South, which is like the South, Alabama's
Right.
the heart of it. You know?
Yeah, that's major racism.
Yeah, man. You know, but then moving here, and I was like, man, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys never left the state before. You never seen a real Republican. To me, you know what I mean?
Yep, for sure.
Like,
Yeah.
Growing up with Caucasian Republicans is different, man. Like their mentality is different. It's just way different mentality. And then to see these people, or you know, our raza, kind of clinging on to that is like, man, come on, what are you doing? Like, just look at their history.
Yeah,
Just
but you know,
in Texas,
you know
in
what,
general.
you know what it is though. This is why so many Latinos, Calimax, have gone over to the Republican Party, because the Democratic Party is now full of kooks. The Democratic Party is full of people that will say you're not a boy, you're not a girl, you can be non-binary. That's the problem. Let's be straight up. That is.
I mean, I guess you're right.
That's
man,
that's the problem. So it's almost like, well, you know what? I'm gonna pick somebody a little bit more conservative, that's more Catholic or whatnot. Hey, brother, I thank you for the phone call. I got some other people tapping in. I just gotta get them. I know people say, get away. I got to, baby. I got to, man. See what you got. What's up, Daniel? What say you?
Man, I was just wondering, what do you think about the Jeffrey Epstein documentary?
The Jeffrey Epstein documentary. Yeah, I did see that one. I think it's scary. I think it's true. I think a lot of high power people were scared as hell. They're hiding a lot of stuff. You saw the Queen's son he's paying $16 million to make that lawsuit go away, so he doesn't have to pretty much testify and say what happened. So yeah, it's the rich man's world, and they're doing whatever they want. They're molesting kids, they're raping girls, they're doing all kind of crazy stuff, and they just hide under whatever umbrella they got.
Yeah, and would you think that pretty much goes for like corporate executives, politicians, the whole 9 yards?
All those guys that do some crazy ass shit, they hide because they got money, then they got political power, and they got very powerful friends that can make stuff go away. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate because it's always seemed like a conspiracy until I saw that documentary.
Yeah, that's creepy stuff, homie.
These pictures is what caught me. Really.
Creepy stuff, brother. All right, my man. Thank you for the phone call. All right, who's typing in here? Might not be. The fuck? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. Okay, let's see what you guys got over here. Got another one. Nuevo Mexico in the building. No, you hung up, New Mexico. I don't know. Good phone call, Gil. Thank you, Mr. Matt. But it's the guys who are calling to make it even better. Salvador de Sacramento, ¿de dónde?
Eso, viejón. What's up, brother?
What's up, Salvador de Sacra? Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I'm just super happy that you're bringing up that topic about these vatos during the halftime show. You know, for me, excuse me, it was like, oh shit, gangbanging's back cool again. Like this is what we're, this is what we're teaching our youth. Like this is cool again. Like, and so nobody else in my circle, you know, like, are speaking on that. They're posting the rap music on their IG, Dr. Dre songs, and like one of my buddies, a corrections officer, and he just keeps reposting the songs and him playing with his kids with the songs based off the Super Bowl halftime show. And I'm like, bro, you're not seeing this? Like,
yeah, they've made it where, like I said, they commercialize the gang, especially Crips and Bloods. They make money off selling merch, but then they also make money off people going to jail, commercializing prisons. They got the perfect racket going, and we continue to buy into it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's it. They're just going to capitalize on whatever they can. But if it was, you know, my Italian, Irish, Michoacano, Mexican ass up there, they'd be like, wait. We need documents signed. We need, you know, protective things, and we can only give you, you know, 1 second of FaceTime and this and that. And so it's like they get the pass, right?
Yes.
You know, and I get it. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, they've been time tested, and you know they're good for business, right?
Yes.
They make the system a lot of money, and they've survived every generation, every, you know, whatever litigation, everything that's come from the 80s till now.
Right.
But it still doesn't justify, you know, like trying to glorify something that me as a teacher is doing, you know, trying to reteach.
Yeah, you're trying to fight against that, and that's what was disappointing to me. The music, all that, I get that, but when I saw Snoop out there throwing up that Crip sign and pretty much he was just flaunting Crip when listen, off the screen, he is a good guy, he's a coach, he does all that, but that takes away all that. That would be like, okay, me, I preach against gangs, I preach against that, and now could you imagine a video of me throwing up my hood, banging my shit, and being like, woo, like fools would be like, oh fuck, look at this hypocrite motherfucker. That's exactly what they would do. But since it's Snoop,
absolutely,
you can do it. You know
dude,
that.
Neta.
Straight up.
Yeah, so like if I was at my workplace, which is a public high school,
right,
you know, and I was like, you know, I tell students, hey, this is the neighborhood I was raised in, and you know, I had a lot of trauma as a child, and it made me lean toward this more violent tendencies as a young man until I became a real man,
right,
and took care of my business and, you know, educated myself, put myself through college. Yeah, right. I give them the whole spiel, you know, this old, you know, this teacher who used to be young once. But it's like, I can't go around campus with a red rag or a blue rag and like vario this, vario that with coworkers and my students. That's just not what men do. And so you hit it right on the nail, brother. And so, you know, saludos, man. And I wish more folks in my circle that, you know, are professionals, some, and others are still just, you know, doing their thing in the hood, would, you know, talk on this as well, because I was like, yo, are y'all seeing this? Like, I mean,
that's what I saw.
Like, we're representing the cultura, like the lowriders. There's nothing illegal about that.
No.
And there's an attire in our lowrider culture that is great and it's beautiful.
Yes.
But we cannot incorporate a violent element into that and say, yeah, this is cool. Let's sell that. Let's run with that, because it's destroying a lot of our, you know, ya tu sabes, you know, it's
for
like
sure,
the
brother.
opposite.
For sure. Hey, man, thank you for the phone call. Shout out to your kids at school. And thanks,
yes, sir.
Thanks for tapping in, brother.
Ándale,
carnal. That's a great one. The teacher. That's what it's about. Yeah, even the teacher. She's off the back. Yeah, man. You got Snoop going. Doing that. Come on, carnal. That's banging, homeboy. That's like somebody. Imagine somebody who's with the business, younger guy who's a blood. Like, hey, Snoop, where you from, homie? Like, and they bust on him and they kill Snoop, and then people be like, oh man, they killed Snoop, man. They killed Snoop. Well, Snoop banging, homie. Snoop's out there, If I'm a young guy and I'm not against Crips or not, but a different hood, I'd be like, that fool's banging, homie. What do I know? I'm just no cholo. Pedro, ¿qué onda, Pedro?
Hey, Gilbert, buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Talk to us, Pedro. What you got?
Well, I was hearing the dude earlier. I think he's the Italian half whatever Michoacan.
Yep.
I wanna like not fight, but at the same time tell him a good point. If you ain't from like not even because I'm from the valley, I pass by through your hood all the time, bro.
That's right.
By Violet, by the O line, all the time.
Yeah.
So my point is that if you don't live in the area, like in the area, like South Central, whatever, 20s, 60s, whatever,
Right.
if you're not really around that you don't know their like the way of being, the way they're coming up. All this stuff is entrenched. Like, bro, when I say entrenched, like as soon as you come out the womb, it's Crip this, blood this, Sugu that, whatever,
Right.
And that's something that people have to understand. When it comes to that, that's just something that either they say yes, I'm gonna be a C or a B, or I'm gonna be a lawyer or a doctor. It's
Right.
up to them.
Yeah,
And
but
if you have
at a certain age, you're talking about. Are you referring this to like the Snoop thing, or what are you referring this to?
yeah, more of a Snoop thing. Like I remember, I'm gonna use a quick reference from Vlad.
For
Everybody
sure.
knows Vlad. There was a Dre and a BG Knockout interview, and to make a long story short, I remember Dre said, and it stuck with me. Dre said, "Who says home that's mainstream besides the people that we know?
Right.
What's more commercialized? My boys, my Africanos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that's something that people gotta understand. That's more when Snoop was doing the CRIP, it was like almost like if he had to. You know what I mean? Not that he had to, but he had to represent
Well, listen,
what LA was.
I could
and that's
see,
what it
I
is.
could
It's the
see,
gang culture.
I could see the walk, but when you're throwing up actual gang signs and you're supposed to also portray yourself as a football coach and somebody who's positive in the community, that's perpetuating young people to be like, look, I'm throwing up a gang sign. Look, and that's how you get generations of people to become gang members because you are an influencer.
Yeah.
If you're really,
But you see, then I go back to the same reference when Drake said, all this shit is commercialized. When you hear all the
yeah, of
LGBT,
course.
QTT, you don't hear when you don't. They stood the test of time. Kid Frost didn't. I mean, he did.
No,
the
but
real one.
But we could
but
never.
it was more
But
mainstream.
we could never. Listen, as much as they tried mocking us sometimes in movies and everything else, they're scared as hell of us because you will never have a King Lil G up there throwing up this yocho talking about 18th Street, homeboy. They'll be like, no, because all our people are always looked at in the media as animals, as killers, as the worst of the worst. When Crips are the same as us, Bloods are the same as us. They're both killing their people. They're both doing a thing. But since the white people are making money off these guys, oh, we're gonna give them a pass to gangbang, pretty much.
And that's what not solidifies them, but that's what gives them a pass. That's what I'm trying to go at. When it comes to, you think a Sad Boy Local was going to be up there? You think
no way.
A LA native like ALT?
Nope.
People like that? No, they would never. They would never. That's my point. When it
No,
comes
I get
to
it.
them, they're put on the pedestal first.
It's because they're
You know what I mean?
commercialized.
So,
they're making big money off
then,
them.
you know what trips me out too?
Yeah.
Is that you said they did it for free. I didn't know that, and that's a trip.
Yeah,
That tells you something.
they
I
did it
wonder
for
why.
free. They did it for free so they can. I think Dr. Dre pointed up all the money, so they just gave him the platform, but they had to pay for everything else over there.
Yeah, you see, and that's something like I don't know, man. When people talk about when they come from Sakara or whatever the fuck, like you gotta be here to actually, like how you say, if you don't live in LA, you don't know what's up with the homelessness.
Yeah, but
you don't fucking come to the platform,
yeah,
bro.
but
Like,
I
you
think
don't have nothing to.
I think he's looking at it as it, and he's absolutely right. He's looking as a teacher. He's looking as a teacher and saying, "Wait a minute." And me myself, I'm a ex gangbanger, homie. And me, I saw that and I saw him throwing up the Crips. I was like, "What the fuck? Wait a minute, homie." There's lines to me that you don't cross. It would, like I said, it would be like me all of a sudden throwing up our Hollywood boys and banging our Hollywood boys, and you see me on a video, the boys gang, woo woo. Fools would be like, this fool's a fucking hypocrite. You know they would. They'd attack me, and they'd have every right to. Because if I'm sitting here preaching for peace with kids, this and that, but I'm banging the shit out of my hood, no, that's telling my enemies, hey, I'm banging, fool, fuck you. So that's what I took from it. I still thought it was a great performance.
Pretty much, it's like banging on wax.
Yep.
Blood. If you have, if you can make the profit, then go for it.
That's what it was,
Fuck the influence, pretty much. In other words.
That's what it was. Well, hey, homie, I appreciate the phone call and the communication, homie. That's what it's about.
Órale, buenas noches, all the way from Tarzana.
There you go, carnal. There you go. That's what it's about, people. It's about having these conversations, carnal. Some people be like, you're hating on Snoop, you're just clout chasing, man. We're having conversations, playboy. Let's see. Let's focus on us. Well, then you gotta give me a topic or a phone call. Let's see what we got in the building, man. Snitch just like 6ix9ine. Let's talk about that. Snoop Dogg snitch just like they said that he told the police when they're about to beat him up. But all right, here we go. We got a troll in the building, homeboy. We got a troll. Yeah, you're live on air. Oh, sorry, it didn't happen for you. Well, actually, shit. Hello.
I'm just undercover.
Oh, you're not a troll. You're undercover. Yeah, when you see private, sometimes they're like, oh, no, this is a troll. All right, so talk to us, brother.
How you doing? How you doing, Joe? I love your show, but I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
You don't see Chinese people. You don't see white people. You don't see Puerto Ricans crying about the Super Bowl. I thought it was a great Super Bowl, even though these guys are old already. They did what they had to do. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
I enjoyed it.
Nowadays, the gangsters are those kids with skinny jeans.
Yes.
And purple hair.
Yes.
So that's why I think that the teacher that called in is saying something, but the gangsters now, the cops are going after skinny jeans, purple hair, and these new modern gangsters.
Right.
So why were we crying about the Super Bowl?
Well,
it
wasn't so much crying. We were discussing that how it's a double standard where you can have a guy throwing up a Crip neighborhood, and if you had a essay in there throwing up an essay neighborhood, it would be the end of the world. Because remember, when you talk about Hispanic gangs, they say MS-13, 18th Street, these are killers, these are that. Well, the Crips are the same exact thing. So why is it okay for somebody to say that, but you can't say that about the homies? So it's a double standard.
Yeah, I get it, but I think we're living in 2022 modern days, and I think that what we got to do is just reinvent ourselves, like Snow the Product.
Right.
It's a different style. When we see something like that,
Yeah, she's money. You know what? She would have been great at the halftime show. That would have been a perfect one right there. You would have a female and a Chicana that does some great music. That would have been a good one right there.
It would have been a good one, but we got to reinvent our stilo too, because we're tired of seeing cholos with 50-size.
Oh no, yeah, I get that, homie. I get that. Yeah, it's played out.
Reinvent our style. We gotta invent our style instead of crying about the halftime Super Bowl. Just enjoy it, bro. It is what it is. And I don't see other races like Chinese, Puerto Rican, whites crying about it. But we
because you don't follow the Chinese podcast. Hey, my man, thank you for the phone call. I gotta get somebody else on. That's why, because you don't follow the Chinese podcast. The Chinese are upset right now too. Thank you for the phone call. What's the name one more time? What's the name? Isaiah. What's up, Isaiah?
What's happening, bro? Shout out from Colorado.
What's going on? Talk to us.
Nada. Hey, so Super Bowl show. The last guy that just called, he was saying that like some of us were crying and stuff like that.
Yes.
I think we're just talking about it. It is a double standard.
Right.
Like growing up in high school, I graduated in 2008. Like no one really knew like the Chicanos that we were listening to, which is Mr. Shadow, Little One, you know, Night Out, R.I.P., Little Rob, all them. Like not even to this day, they don't even open the door for us.
Right.
So I feel, I don't know, to a certain extent, it almost like, I don't want to say cry, but I feel like a lot of the blacks like they take advantage of this whole BLM situation.
Well,
And
yeah, well, that's more on a movement stuff. On an entertainment level, they're killing the game. On a rap level, on a singing level, they're killing the game. But are they taking advantage of it? Yeah, as they should, because they made their movement. They got people on board, and that's what they get. That's their reward, you know. And if we were smart enough to come together and make our movement as well, people are gonna say the same thing about us when we step up that ladder. The difference with us is a lot of times with us, we'll have somebody like that caller saying, I'm not picking on you, caller, that was saying, oh, stop crying. Well, imagine if they would have told Martin Luther King, stop crying. Imagine if they would have told, and they did. Imagine if they told Malcolm X, stop crying. Imagine if they would have told the slaves, stop crying, just keep doing your job. Imagine the civil rights, people would have listened to say, hey, well, we should stop crying. We would still be in the Jim Crow eras. There would still be segregated bathrooms over here. The only reason the civil rights are because people made noise, people got upset and said enough is enough. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. But unfortunately, a lot of raza will say, stop crying.
Yeah, I'm sure, and like even like not music wise, well, kind of music wise, you can kind of go back to and be like, your favorite rapper, his tatuajes that you've got, man, was done by a Chicano, because most of those cats all went to Mr. Cartoon, and no one gives a fucking shine.
Hey, my man, thank you for the phone call. Hate to cut you out, but I got other people trying to tap in this joint, man. A lot of callers coming in. Mr. Art, what say you, my man?
What's going on, Gil?
Talk to me, homeboy. Talk to me.
Check it out. Look, I'm calling about this guy, the teacher guy that called in, and he's stating his opinion about the gangster shit and the kids, and I'm all for it.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
But
it's bad to teach the kids that shit. But what about all the other bullshit that they're fucking teaching these kids about not saying, the Pledge of Allegiance or not the God part taken out of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, but that's but that you're kind of blaming all the teachers, and I don't think he's one of those teachers.
No, my brother's a teacher. My brother's a teacher.
I think those are the policies that certain school takes, and especially liberal districts. So if you got a crazy liberal district like that, that's the problem. But that comes down to us who we vote into office, who we vote as superintendents, who we vote as mayors, governors. That's the problem. And until we change our voting habits, it's gonna continue, and it's only gonna get worse. Where it's gonna be open bathrooms for boys and girls because there's no such thing as boys and girls. It's non-binary, and that's bullshit. And you and I both know it.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
And it feels like we're fucking living in the twilight zone.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night. Buenas noches, carnal. All right, you guys keep tapping in here. 313. Let's get the numbers up. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share. We banging on people, but we got about 10 months left, 11 months left, and then we out this biatch. People say, you ain't going nowhere, American Cholo. No me conocen, cabrones. No me conocen, cabrones. Man, let me try to catch up to some of these. All right, we got Mr. Julian. What say you?
What's up, brother? Not much. Just got out of work,
Yes, sir.
I was gonna ask, you still think till this day, obviously there's still segregation to a little bit, right?
Of course.
Where I work at, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of unfair. So I work at a dealership. I work at a primarily Arab, Middle Eastern white dealership. I feel like I don't know. With us Hispanics, I see us that they see us as down low.
Yes.
Or is that? Do I feel that
No, brother. I work construction. I see it all the time. The only difference is I'm a little bit higher on the totem pole of work, and there'll be some times where people will come and try to talk shit to some of the guys or me, and I talk back. I mean, I'm the same way at work as I am on the street, as I am on my podcast, and I will sit there and talk back, and I'll be very firm and I'll be very assertive, and they'll be like pretty much like. And I'll hit them with some shit where they'll be like, oh, shit. Because why? And I've had arguments with people. And I tell them straight up, what? Do you think because you got money you can talk to me like that? I'm not going for it.
Exactly.
Because they will bully. And they especially, listen, I work with a lot of compas, homie. Right? And they will try to bully him because they don't speak perfect English or they don't speak English at all. And that pisses me off. And I'll go in there and I'll fucking battle these fools. I've gotten into straight full-on arguments with motherfuckers that got all kind of money and say, you can't talk to me like that. Like, motherfucker, you started talking to me like that. So I'm just giving you the same energy you're giving me. And they get all pissed off, try to talk shit. And listen, if I know my trade, I'm good. But yes, homie, it happens all the time. And until we come together to start telling people you can't speak to us like that, it's going to continue to happen.
That's what I'm saying, homie. Just I feel like they'll never take this serious to a certain point.
Until we come together,
they
brother.
Take me serious.
Until we come together. Hey, brother, thank you for the phone call, huh? Let's see what we got. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, but now, guys, sorry about that. Well, let's keep going. Time is it? We'll be cutting off here pretty soon. 318. How many likes we got? How many new subscribers we got? How many new haters do we got? Shout out to all my haters. If it wasn't for you, we'd be nothing, homeboy. Gotta love the haters, homie. Gotta love the haters. I don't got my belt in here, man. I gotta get my belt. I got the hater belt, man. Most people hate American Cholo than anybody else. Why? Because I tell you the truth, and the truth, what? It hurts. You know this. Let's see what you got. His face out there, somebody will get at him. Ain't nobody safe doing that wickedness. All right, let's see what we got. Miguel, what's up, Miguel?
Hey, Gil, how's it going, man?
It's going good, my man.
So I had a kind of a random question for you.
Shoot.
I'm actually 26 years old, so we kind of grew up around different decades. And my question to you is, what do you think is causing so much of an increase in suicides in our youth today? And what was the difference between how suicide was viewed when you were growing up as opposed to now?
Sure, that's a great question. Want to stay on the line or you want to go?
Sure.
Okay, so this is what I think, man. First, let's talk about suicide back when I was younger. When I was younger, suicide was probably more of a taboo thing that you didn't talk about, but just everything in general when I was younger, you didn't talk about. Men didn't talk about their feelings. You didn't talk to anybody about what's going on in your household. You held everything in, and you just had to be a macho man or just a human being in general, right? That's what I think was the difference back then. And it was probably more suicide was probably more shunned upon, where people were really embarrassed of it, right? I think now suicide, and I know something very close to this in my family, okay? I won't say what or who, but very close. So I know this very clearly. I've gone through this shit, right? And it's hard, brother. It's very hard. Suicide now is more prevalent because of social media. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One, social media now, people are stuck on their phones, stuck on their iPads, looking for the likes, looking for that comment, looking for people to notice them. Another thing is, back in the days, if you got beat up in school or you got picked in school, it happened that one time, you went home, it was over. Nowadays, if a kid gets beat up or even an adult gets beat up or picked on, it's on the internet, and they could sit there and replay it over and over in their heads, and people go viral with that. The schools have, every single high school, junior high has a website they all go to. They see, look at so-and-so, he got beat up. And you got to relive that moment over and over and over again. And that's when it gets too hard and people start taking their lives, man. That's what I believe wholeheartedly.
Wow, you know what? I've never even thought about that part of it, about like, hey, instead of like being able to move on, you constantly have something replaying not only in your head but right in front of you,
Forever.
like in your handheld device.
Forever, brother. It will never go away. And think about it. It's just like with me, I do YouTube, right? If you let the comment section get to you, it'll eat you up. If you let trolls get to you, it'll eat you up. And these are people that I don't even know. And there's some people that let it get under the skin. At first it would, I don't care anymore. I've learned to be like, you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I don't even know these people. But now imagine you're a junior high kid. You got picked on in school, and now people are texting you, hey, dude, look at this video this guy put on Facebook. Look at this video this guy put on Instagram. They're showing you getting beat up. Dude, that's got to be traumatizing for a kid. And I think that's also plays into the part why so many kids are going on and doing so many school shootings, because they've had it, and they said, okay, if I'm going to be viral, if I'm going to be famous, I'm going to take some people's lives for that. Unfortunately, that's what's going on.
Yeah, man. All right. Thanks for answering my question, man. You gave me like a very, you explain yourself very well. I love the way you communicate yourself, man. I love your content.
Very cool.
Keep
Thank
up the
you.
great work, brother. All right.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. We try, brother. We try. All right, man. So we're into the hour. I'm going to stop taking phone calls now. All right. So this is what we're going to probably do on Thursday, right? If I get enough. My email is american1cholo@gmail.com. American1cholo@gmail.com. Instagram, The Real American Cholo. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people out who have smaller YouTube channels, who have smaller, maybe Instagram following, who want to get put on that I may not be interviewing, this and that. But this is the up and down side. Email me a 5-minute clip, a 10-minute clip of what you do. And we're going to do a type of reaction to it, but it's going to be kind of a gong show thing. So be ready to get your feelings hurt. Be ready to maybe not get your feelings hurt and get put on. I want to sit here and show you and show my audience, all right, this is so-and-so, this is what he does. This is so-and-so, this is what she does. All right, let's listen to the song, guys. So we're going to do it where if you want to sit here and have your stuff played on the American Cholo channel, email it to me. Send me a DM. Do something, homie. Call the abuela and tell the abuela to send it to me. Whatever it is, Playboys. You want your stuff on the air. But again, don't take it personal. We're going to tell you, just quit. Go do your day job, homeboy. It is what it is. But that's the real way you're going to find out if you got what it takes to make it in this cold world. Other than that, guys, let's roll this thing out. Before we roll this thing out, shout out your city, shout out your area code, do whatever you got to do. And then let me see if I can find some of them. I'm going to see if I can call them out real quick. Oh, man, Mr. OG Steve. Salud from North Bronx. That's the homie from the Bronx, man. That's right, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate that super chat, OG Steve, and that membership, man. That's love. If you guys haven't become members of the channel, hit that join, man. It helps you guys bring this content that's like no other, carnal. I'm about to go into a rap thing right now, homeboy. Let me see if I can catch you guys in here, man. Let's come together like Melly Mel's butt cheeks. Oh, great time being alive. He likes Melly Mel's butt cheeks. I don't know. Grupo Exterminated us on my halftime next time. There you go. Let me see what you got. I'm trying to get my members here real quick. Los Tigres del Norte, next super. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, homie. I like the Tigres, man. Mr. Ulysses. Nice. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Fainer Lokes, Bell, California, Santa Ana 714, Big Bass, Sanfer para aquí. American Cholo Gladiator. Let's see what we got from Dallas. Yeah, okay, we got some people in here. Let's see what. Huntington Beach, Harbor area, Toronto West, Riverside, Paris, Compton, California, Bakersfield, Financial Hardware. No, that's too much. That's too much. Sanfer, Luis, saludos, raza from San Diego. Good job, homie. We try, carnal. Long Beach, Strong Beach is in the house. Santa Ana, Orange County, Bakersfield, 831, Compton, repping that. Jesus, hold on. It jumped up. Nydia, your homegirl, 818. That's what's up, Nydia. Nydia is from the Burbank City. So we'll catch you guys on Thursday. Like I said, if you guys want to drop some stuff in here, we're going to do a little gong show type thing. South San Jose, baby. Shout out to Southern Cal, Northern Cali, New Mexico, Texas, the Bronx, New York, Florida, all of America, homie. The American Cholo is for all you guys. You guys have a great one. Buenas noches. And let's